Para naman sa video na ito, gagabayin ko kayo upang sagutin ang activity number 1 entitled Stream of the Set. For this activity, we will find the range of the following dataset. Example number 1. In the dataset, 57, 88, 67, 37, 93, and 51. Let's find the value of the range using the formula highest value minus lowest value. In this dataset, 93 is the highest value and 37 is the lowest value. Therefore, range is equal to 93 minus 37, which results to 56. Example number 2. In the dataset, 37, 38, 17, 60, 34, 52, 67, and 57, let's find the value of range, where the highest value is 67 and lowest value is 17. From this, range is equal to 67 minus 17, which yields to 50. Para naman sa activity number 2 entitled Variance lang po sa umaga para ST makaapat. Ngayon naman, alamin natin kung paano sagutin ang activity number 2 entitled Variance lang po sa umaga para SD makaabala. Para sa activity na ito, alamin lang natin kung ano ang value ng variance and standard deviation ng ating dataset. Example, let us determine the variance and standard deviation of the scores of 5 students in a 10-item quiz in science. Scores are 7, 8, 10, 9, and 6. Now for us to identify the variance and standard deviation of this data, let's do step 1. Find the mean. So, 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 all over 5 results to 40 over 5. Now, 40 divided by 5 is equal to 8. Step 2, let us construct a table listing all the individual values on the first column. From here, we could say that n is equal to 5 since we have 5 individual values. Then, we write the value of the mean on the second column. Next, let us find the difference between the individual values and the mean for the third column. So, 6 minus 8 is negative 2, 7 minus 8 is negative 1, 8 minus 8 is 0, 9 minus 8 is 1, 10 minus 8 is 2. For the fourth column, let's just find the square of the third column, which is the difference of each individual values and the mean. So, negative 2 squared is 4, negative 1 squared is 1, 0 squared is 0, 1 squared is 1, and 2 squared is 4. Now, let's just find the total of the square of the difference of each individual values and the mean. So, 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 results to 10. Then, we are now ready to identify the value of our variance and standard deviation. So, by substitution on our formula, variance will be now equal to the summation of the squared difference of individual values and the mean, which is 10, all over n, which is 5, results to 2. The variance is 2. Next, for standard deviation, let's just take the square root of our variance. So, square root of 10 over 5 is equal to square root of 2, or 1 and 41 hundredths. Ngayon naman, alamin natin kung paano sagutin ang activity number 3 entitled Showtime Fun Run. For this activity, the table below shows the distance in kilometers traveled by 5 runners in half an hour. The runners are Ami, Teddy, Jog, Jugs, and Ryan, who traveled 3 kilometers, 6 kilometers, 4 kilometers, 2 kilometers, and 5 kilometers respectively. In this activity, we will find the range, mean absolute deviation, variance, and standard deviation. Now, let us start answering the activity by finding first the range. Since we know that range is equal to the highest value minus lowest value, alamin natin ang highest value at lowest value sa ating dataset. 6 ang ating highest value and 2 ang ating namang lowest value. Therefore, range is equal to 6 minus 2, which results to 4. Ngayon naman, hanapin natin ang value ng ating mean absolute deviation. To do this, let us do step 1. Find the mean. So, 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 all over 5 results to 20 over 5. Step 2. Let us construct a table listing all the individual values in the first column. So from here, we could say that n is equal to 5 since there are 5 individual values. Then, we plug in the value of our mean on the second column, which is the result of our step 1. Now, let us find the absolute differences of the individual values and the mean per row. So, the absolute difference of 2 and 4 is 2. The absolute difference of 3 and 4 is 1. Absolute difference of 4 and 4 is 0. Absolute difference of 5 and 4 is 1. And the absolute difference of 6 and 4 is 2. Afterwards, let's just find the sum of the absolute difference of each individual values and the mean. So, 2 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 is equal to 6. From this, we are now ready to find the value of our mean absolute deviation. So by substitution, the sum of the absolute difference of the individual values and the mean, which is 6, divided by n, which is 5, will result to 1 and 2/10. Therefore, mean absolute deviation is equal to 1 and 2/10. Next, we are now ready to find the variance and standard deviation. So in here, based on our table constructed for the mean absolute deviation, we will just add another column on our table, which is the column for the square difference of the individual values and the mean. Now, let us simply find the square of the third column. So, 2 squared is 4, 1 squared is 1, the 0 squared is 0, 1 squared is 1, and 2 squared is 4. And then, let us just find the sum of the squared difference of each individual values and the mean. So, 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 is equal to 10. Now, by substitution, let us find the value of our variance given this formula. Now, variance is equal to the summation of the square difference of x and the mean, which is 10, and n, which is 5, results to 2. Our variance is 2. And then, let's take the standard deviation. The standard deviation is simply the square root of the variance. So, standard deviation is equal to 10 over 5, giving us a square root of 2. Or we could simply say 1 and 41 hundredths. Now to sum it up, these are the values that we have got. Range is equal to 4, mean absolute deviation, which is equal to 1 and 2/10, variance is equal to 2, and the standard deviation, which is equal to 1 and 41 hundredths. Yun lamang para sa video na ito. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next virtual instruction.